Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, What the Beck. Today I'll be decorating my modified classic happy planner while talking to you about this week's topic, LGBT+. First thing you need to know is I'm dog sitting, so if you hear jingling, that's the dogs. The reason that I wanted to talk about this topic is because a few weeks ago Cindy did a live plan with me, and somehow we got on the topic of her child being non-binary, and since I'm non-binary, I was really excited, and I went into the chat and started talking to people and realized that there's a lot of things that most people don't know if they're not in the community. So this video is going to address some of that. The community is based on gender and sexuality differences from the norms, as well as biological sex differences. For example, transgender people, non-binary people, people of sexualities other than heterosexual, and intersex individuals. Some people think that it's kind of nonsense that people add so many letters to the acronym LGBT+, because they think that you could say anything and be included in the community. But really, since it is everything except for heterosexual and cisgender, meaning not transgender, it really does make sense to have all those letters, but I like to shorten it with a plus. During Cindy's live show, a lot of people were saying they were interested in becoming better allies, but LGBT+ people are really defensive and it makes them feel unwelcome to ask, and that's why they aren't as good allies as they could be. So I'm going to tell you some things that will help you become a better ally. First, you need to watch your language. I don't mean like cussing, but I mean watching your grammar. Don't say transgendered. You wouldn't say blacked. It makes much more grammatical sense to say my son is transgender or my son is black, rather than saying transgendered or blacked. A main thing that you need to keep in mind when talking about or to LGBT+ people is that a lot of what they're going through is very personal and took a while for them to cope with and accept. So you shouldn't ask things that are very personal, such as things about genitals or what they do with them, especially to transgender people, because that is a personal journey that they need to work out for themselves, and maybe one day they could talk to you about it, but it's just rude to ask them. Remember not to out people without permission. So if you go to a meeting and your boss is transgender, but there's a new coworker there, you don't just introduce them by saying, "This is my boss, she's trans." It is their personal decision when, who, or if they come out to someone, so just back off of it. And the same goes for people with different sexualities, especially because that doesn't come into play at work at all. You don't need to let everyone know that your coworker is gay or bi or anything like that. Something that I wanted to clarify about myself, being that I am non-binary, is just what that means. It basically means that I don't feel male or female particularly. I feel like I'm sort of in the middle, leaning to the more masculine side because that makes me more comfortable. But really, it's just kind of a neutral way that I live my life, and I don't play into any stereotypes or traditionally feminine. But of course, everyone is different, and there is no one specific way to be non-binary or gay or trans or anything. The best way to be an ally is to look things up for yourself online. There are a lot of resources that are really good. I actually have a really good playlist that you can watch by a creator called Chase Ross. You have to be on the unrestricted YouTube mode because he gets censored a lot, but he has a really great series about being transgender, and a lot of that applies also to sexuality, so for respecting people and helping them along their journey. It's important to note that while Chase is a trans educator, not all LGBT+ people are required or have the time to teach you things. It's not their job to educate you fully, but they can help. A lot of people are very defensive when people ask them things because they're just used to being harassed, so they put up a kind of wall and try to protect themselves. But I want you to know that if you have any questions, I'll be free to answer them in the comments below. The main thing to remember to be a really great ally is just be accepting and try to learn. You don't have to know everything, and it's okay to mess up. But as long as you apologize for your mistakes and work to be better, then I'm sure everyone will really love talking to you and educating you further so that you can be a better ally. Most people in the community are actually very accepting, and it's really nice when you find someone who is a cisgender heterosexual person who is willing to learn. And I've had this happen multiple times where I myself was being defensive and I didn't want to talk to someone that I perceived as straight because I thought they just won't understand me and it's not worth wasting my time. But really, I do appreciate when people are willing to learn about me, especially my professors at school. Every semester I send a coming out email and I tell them about my gender and how I'd like to be addressed. And the ones that respond well really respond well, and they're amazing and they really make me feel safe at school. I was actually pleasantly surprised when the housing department at my school said that I and my two closest friends who are also transgender could have a gender-inclusive apartment. Like, that made our whole year because we knew we could just work towards finishing the semester and we knew we had our apartment where we were all going to be included and respected in the next year. Thanks for watching my plan with me while I ramble about LGBT plus as a topic. I actually am really interested in this topic and interactions between people in the community, so I might talk about that more in a later episode. But if you want to see more of these in my new style with a topic rather than just describing what I'm doing on screen, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's free, and if you click the notification bell, then you'll get every single notification when I upload videos, so you can watch them on the day they air. Check the description if you'd like to follow me on any social media, and I actually will have my Patreon up soon in case you, for some reason, want to support me and help my channel grow. That would be really great. Have a great day. Bye!